My secrets, what we do here.
Why measuring them?
Yeah.
To speak with them politics as well, or only about their food?
See, sometimes. Ask it to me again.
Yes. Why you measure them? You speak with them only about their food, or maybe you speak with them about politics, sports, cinema, other topics?
It depends on the person. With presidents, some of them, we don't get involved with any presidents about politics. Because guess what? I am independent. I dress both sides of the aisle, Republicans or Democrats. So what I feel inside is my secret. But as a clothing man, I am totally independent. So I never speak about what I feel like. But I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to Israel, if Israel was a country, and I'm telling you this to show it to the world, my family would have never died by Hitler, because Israel would have done something to defend us or stop the war somehow, or stop them from killing Jews. Nobody defended us here, even America, who was the president then. He was dead already by the time I came to America. But Truman was a president when I arrived, and my bosses used to do business with Truman. He was a haberdasher. So we started to make Truman suits here. Everybody's suits. Ford after Nixon. Everything we made here for them. But there are so many actors that we dress here that is so important to us, because it is the most beautiful thing when you have 130 actors that my son measures. We make them, and they go in, and you ask them, what do you like about the show the most? He says, the clothing. The clothing. The clothing makes me a better actor when they look at me when I wear it. And it goes the same thing if I show you later on the picture of your ambassador that retired, that is behind me, and I want to show you the picture that he could show on there, who he is and how he looks. He never looked like this until I made him the suit. And you know him, and you'll see how he looks. So, basically, I'm telling you that I've been in Israel 4 or 5 times, but only to help out, to do whatever I can to help. We had, our family was there December. My 2 granddaughters were pas mitzvah by the wall, by the there. They did everything without a rabbi. I was in the museum, because my story is in the museum. When I came to America, for 40 years I didn't talk about my past, because I thought if I was born here, I wouldn't believe my story myself. So I didn't say. My smile was always here for my clients, and then inside I was aching for my family. So it doesn't change. My father did one thing to save my life. He said, if I don't survive and you survive alone, you gotta do me a favor. I'm telling you, no crying, living and extending the family in our honor That's the only way you gotta do to build the future, the extension of our life and your life. Meaning, Jay is sitting there, he was the firstborn, Todd is the secondborn. Jay's grandson, yesterday when I did the book signing, stood next to me. It was like God from heaven saved me for my grandson or my four grandchildren, the extension of my life. And that's how I have to live the rest of my life, because of my dad and my family that was brought up. My grandfather, Fischel, was the most religious man from Unkach, a rabbi, if you know that about rabbis. And he taught me, he was my Hebrew teacher. When I was the youngest person, I already had the Bubu Metzia. I already knew I had where the yeshiva. I was a kid and I had to be there already. And that's how strict he was with me, that I should learn everything and become a Jew like him. And that's what I stayed. Without questions, without anything, I'm giving you all the answers that you need for Israel. Because I am the biggest supporter. Look at my jacket. Give me my jacket and I'll show you the flag and my lapel. And I'll put on the jacket. I want to show you how I look in my clothing. Here. And look at my lapel. Here. What is on my lapel? That's how I walk around. I am a Jew. And I want everybody, my clients, to know that this ear is me. I show you my watch. It was given to a friend of mine by Golda Meir. Here. I have this watch, an Israeli, with the 12 tribes of Israel and the flag of Israel. One of a kind in the world. And I never am without it. I only changed the thing. But this watch works all the time. It's a golden coin from Israel. Because Mr. Patankin gave the first stretch for the president, then whoever was the president. She gave it to him, and he gave it to me. He says, you're a survivor. To me, this watch means nothing. And take off your watch, and I'll get you wear this one of a kind, and never change it. And I don't change it. They wanted to make two for my son for nothing so they could copy it. No, my grandson will have it. That's it. This is what I cherish. Cherish because I go to the synagogue. Mark Schneier knows the summertime when it's open. I start at first one in the morning with the choir, with the singing. I daven. I understand every word, and I enjoy it, and I'm the first one in and the last one out. Mark Schneier, I made his bar mitzvah suit. His father and I I was in Budapest anyway. He was there, and his father and I are great friends, like family. I sent him the book. I says, you were like my brother, Arthur Schneier. So that's how I feel. I met the Belzer rabbi when he came in Budapest. I was a kid. I stood online to meet the rabbi. How did you come from Poland? Anes. It was Anes. I don't know. They paid off somebody. The Nazis let them through. So I come to see him, and he says, oh, Baba Gittel brought it to me. I made a prayer because we had mineral water, so he came there. And I met all the rabbis here because I enjoy meeting these people because they're the prayers for us. And I believe in God, and we laid tefillins. We got Shem Tov Israel coming here and everything else. So this is my story. And unless you want to add something, you could ask me.
Yes, I'll ask one final question. What is your opinion? Are we, the Israelis, are we well dressed or not?
My opinion about, I didn't exactly hear it correctly.
Dad, I will repeat it. What do you think about other Israeli dress?
Other Israeli,
How the Israelis dress?
well, first I got to show you the picture
No,
of the,
just answer the question.
yeah.
What
About the Israelis people dress code,
Yeah, how do they dress?
it's a very casual dress code. It's too casual for my belief. Of course, I mean, when they come on television with president, our prime minister dresses very nice. You know, he's got a nice suit. Could be one from before, could be one. My suits last for a long time. I don't know it's mine, it's his, it's what they do. And I make sure our ambassadors are always dressed right, that represent me. But when I stay in Israel, they told me to bring jeans. I don't wear jeans. I had to buy 2 jeans to come, but I never wore them because it's not my style. So the dress code is a little different in Israel, and I understand it because the dress code is different in the United States these days. Today the young people dress up, and the older people, they're half and half. So I think it's a little more difficult because when Bagir, I helped the factory, in those days, most of the stuff that was made in Bagir was shipped to England because that was Greenberry was still in charge, because he built everything, the whole town there with the fabrics and with everything, that whole town that was made where Bagir was being manufactured, that I helped with the Russian Jews. So I was very impressed with that, but that was done a very beautiful way, beautiful factories. But I don't even, I go to Israel, I like to go all over, you know, because every time I come there's such a good changes that my heart lifts the way they do things better than we do it any place else in the world. They work so hard, they're doing so many wonderful things. And people don't let them live in peace. If they lived in peace, it would be the best place to live in the world.
Thank you very much for this candid interview, and I wish you good health and ad me'ave tzri, as we say in Hebrew.
Thank you very much for doing it. I do it with all my heart, believe me, because it is Israel. I know the dangers. I know what's happening. I know what's happening to us Jews all over the world. Anti-Semitism comes back all the time after us Jews. And we have to fight and fight to stay alive. Because it is all over Europe. Look what's happening. To kill rabbis and with you know, do we ever do anything like this to other people? No. But they come after us. And they blame us instead of blaming them. And that's what's happening, because we're Jews. But we're going to be around. And thank you again.
Thank you.
And I want to show you that one picture that I promised.
I will take off the microphone.
I must show you this picture because I like it.
Good health.